10 plus gamma must be 0, right? And divide by 3. Of course, it's answer 0. Okay. So now I already put alpha, beta, gamma. Just imaginary, not exist. We cannot find actually, just in my head. And also gray line, as I suppose this running along x-axis, but imaginary, just in my head, right? Not on paper. So, and the x-axis of the first classic is must be alpha, and the second beta is some gamma, right? So, we don't know where the origin is placed. There, we don't know the origin around that gray line. But we can get the position of that one. Alpha plus beta divide 3. That is the position of origin, but we can know that position. All right. So you know that minus alpha. Sorry. Okay. This is 0, and take a minus alpha. So this is the distance from alpha to the origin. Make sense? This is the origin. X coordinate of origin, because this is 0. So this is this is correspond to the position of origin. And so we take a difference between them. So we know this formula shows the distance from alpha origin to between the origin to the alpha, right? So I just deform like that. So beta minus alpha, we can get this one. This is beta minus alpha, right? Also, this is gamma minus alpha, right? So we want to these blue and red. We take the graph. Okay, this. So this red arc and that arrow and the blue arrow, and totally that is. Numerator of this part. These ranks exactly equal to this. So this perpendicular line cross here. So I said that gray things that's just imaginary. So we cannot see actually, but just in my head. So if we get this position, so divide into the 3 parts over equal rings, right? Then this should be, that line should be y axis and origin here. Makes sense. Okay. Now consider later before getting sleep. Okay, it will be late. All right. So I try to another line. Okay, this is the. Okay. So at this point, the xy axis x. This point. This is contradiction. The y-axis passing through this point. Okay, so how to get this position? So not imaginary, just practical, right? So use first take this distance instead of the rings, instead of a blue arc, and just remember just impression, not logical, just impression. Anyway, we can do. Sorry, not we. Just I can do. Right. So, I do the same things like that. So y-axis must pass through the two points. So I found this is y-axis. And thinking about general case. So we add x quadratic part, x squared, x and the constants. That part contains the general. This is the general form cubic function. And these things are the same, but this part is changed into the quadratic form. And this is the same, but alpha plus beta must be the coefficient minus of coefficient of the quadratic item. So this changes to, and this 3 comes from the degree of this. All right, so it must be here. And now in this case, this is not the y-axis. We have to move the y-axis with distance, this one. So, okay, that is the idea. You don't need to understand. Okay, just I will show my way as a mathematician to follow that program. Just to see, right? So the program 3 is very difficult, and you suppose you have a sheet of paper including graph with polynomial function y graph x in the degree n drawn precisely, but the x and the y are missing. Yes. What happened? To find the x-axis, y-axis by compressing the ruler, what should you know? Yes, yeah, just take rest. I'm just struggling to work. Yes, just a general case. I just say, just explain. You don't need to understand them. Just show time. Okay. So draw the line and y equal ax plus b, and making some equation of the degree n. So these things are factored into the n parts of the linear function, and the coefficient. The second coefficient must be summation of solutions and divide n. So I just just see. Also, I calm down. like that. Yes, this is how to say visual in my brain. Okay. Finally, I got that theorem. Right. Suppose that the graph of y equal n to the n x and x to the n plus and so on is the long process on paper and the following 2 poles. A crossing line, a line crossing the graph any point. For example, y equal x to the 4th, like that. So in this case, any line cross at the less than 2 points, right? If you want to draw, maybe you don't want to draw. So if you want to draw the graph of y equal x squared, x fourth, to something and so on, so the line must cross at the 4 point. Also, the length of an is the second coefficient in the constant part unknown. Then we can find x-axis and y-axis by compassing ruler. Yes. So you don't need to understand, but you need to know the behavior of mathematicians. A mathematician, not high school teacher, students, also not high school teacher. I consider completely, extremely, as far as possible. And I get many general theory. Yes, that is the, how to say, trick of the mathematicians. Okay. So, okay. All right. How are you facing into? Yes. Now, can you solve the such program? Maybe not. Maybe not, fortunately not. But you can understand the answer just for parabola, right? So general case is very difficult to understand. But our first program one, just for parabola, you can understand, right? The point is, this is not important. So solve or solve cannot solve. It depends on your fate, your luckiness, right? Just depend on the time. Your depending on your condition. So this is not to be important. Point is, are you interested in such program? Usually high school students, most of high school students hate such program because they know they never do such things before, right? They don't know, they cannot do. Right? That situation is so miserable. And do you want to extend a given program? Usually, teacher give a program to solve it, right? But so teacher given the original program, for example, program one, and demonstrate the way to solve that program, so the programs. Maybe you they understand. So say goodbye. Or I want to try to our another program, extending that original program. Your students say that or not. And fourth stage, can you continue to the considered program as far as possible? I did. Yes, but the fourth level is just a level of mathematician. So I don't force the high school student to be at the fourth level. I think they should be the third level. Yes, to be in a tankyū katsudo, right? It's the first given the program, just the usual study in the high classroom. But to do research, they should taking interest and want to extend and consider as far as possible by themselves. Okay, so and just a quick one question, please. Yes, usually people want speed to solve the problem. What is reverse speed? What is the reverse opposite of speed? Make sense? Right? These are in